Hi, this is Ben from Wargame Tactics, and today we're going to have a look at the Orruk Shaman. Now, the Orruk Shaman is a magic user for the orcs in the Forces of Destruction, and because he's a magic user, he can use magic in your hero phase, which is can use the Mystic Shield, the Arcane Bolt, or his own particular skill, which is Gaze of Mork. Now, Gaze of Mork has a casting value of 6, so 5 and 1 will do the job nicely. And it has a range of 20 inches. Now, 20 inches in a game of Age of Sigmar is quite a distance. So on 20 inches on here, you can see covers a fair amount of board. And remember, that's forward, backwards, left, right. It's a whole circle around him. So if you put him towards the middle, or get him towards the middle of the table, and you have him slightly raised up so he's got a good line of sight everywhere, you'll find that he'll dominate most of the table. Now, Gaze of Mork is difficulty 6, as I say, and if it casts off, you can select up to 3 different units. And for this test, I've got some Chaos Spawn, some Chaos Warriors, and a Chaos Sorcerer Lord for the Forces of Chaos to try at. And you pick 3 units, and then you can do a random amount of damage to them. So let's try this. If we roll off, we can see that it goes off at 6. Now, 6 is slightly under the average on 2 dice. The average on 2 dice is 7, so it'll go off fairly regular, but you can't guarantee it all the time. So if it does go off, obviously check the opponent might want to dispel it. So he's got a Sorcerer Lord there. How he tries to dispel it is roll 2 dice, and if it's bigger than the dice roll you've done, then it's dispelled, in which case that would be. However, if he rolled a smaller number, it would go off. The magic would happen. And if it did happen, I'm fudging the numbers here for demonstration, what you do is roll a d6 for each unit, a 5, a 6, and we'll pretend that's a 1. Right, now if you roll a 1, then that unit gets no damage. If it's a 2 to 5, it gets that unit gets 1 mortal wound. So that would be 1 wound off one of them, leaving them on 4. 1 model on 4. However, if it's a d6 you roll, then that unit gets d3 mortal wounds. So I've rolled again, so that unit gets 3 mortal wounds. However, because they're Chaos Warriors and they've got special shields, they would try and save on 5s and 6s, which in this case they've done very well. But if they failed their saves, then they would get that many wounds. So if 3 fails, 1 would die and 1 would be down to 1 wound, for example. Now, as I say, it's difficulty 6 for casting the spell. However, another trait or ability of the Shaman is that he has the Waaagh energy special ability. And that means, if I can move these in from the outer thing, if there are 20 or more orcs in the area, which I think those are, yeah, those are in camera range, then he doesn't have to roll 6, he can get away with rolling a 5 to get the magic off. And as usual, on top of that, if he is within range of, say this is a land feature where it's got the ability to add one to the magic skills as well, he wouldn't have to roll 5, he could just roll 4 to get it off, in which case you'll find that that will happen more or less all the time. 4 plus is very easy to roll on 2 dice. So basically that is how magic works for the shaman in the Orruk army. If you enjoyed this, click on the like, share it, comment at the bottom, do what you do. See you in the next video.